reasoning, which has a very strong following. It's most often thought of as a particular school of philosophy called utilitarianism. And it's the idea that, this will, I think, ring a lot of bells, but greatest good for the greatest number. That's utilitarian reasoning. How do I determine what the right thing to do is? I take into account all the stakeholders, anyone affected by the action, and I determine, well, if I have two choices, choice A, how does this affect those people? Choice B, how does that affect those people? And I choose the one that brings about the greatest good. What possible concerns do any of you have about consequentialism as described there? Yes, sir. No way to know all the players. And that is such an important point because it's true both in the moment and across time. In a particular moment, you may not be able to discern how many people and which people are going to truly be affected by your action. Who are you truly influencing by this action? But if you look across time, it gets even worse. I could make a decision that in the short term is wonderful for everyone immediately affected, but down the line is going to cause a great deal of harm to maybe much larger groups of people. So, you know, that is a concern. Any other concerns? Yeah, wait, right there. Yeah, I wondered about that. I just blithely throw that out there. The greatest good for the greatest number. Well, yes, this is a huge problem because defining good is back to the core of philosophical and religious disputes since the dawn of time. So if people don't agree on what is good, then you either have someone who is dictating that and saying, this is the greatest good for the greatest number, and if you don't agree, shut up. Or you have many different voices debating what the good is, and then they can't make any action at all. And so trying to mediate that and come to at least some kind of a moderate stance on what the good might be is no small thing. I mentioned these two fellows up here, Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill, very important dead white guys. Jeremy Bentham tried to answer this what is good question, and he thought, the arrogance of philosophers, he thought that his answer was going to be so obvious that everyone would say, oh, right, we got it now. You know, why were we ever struggling with that? And his answer was that what is good is what minimizes suffering, and what is bad is what causes more suffering. Well, you know, on the face of it, that's not horrible. You know, it's not a terrible definition as things go. But as even he started to unpack it, he ran into some problems. He